The Skyline R35 came into Glossworx completely wrapped. Guys, this car was completely smashed. The entire back of this car, the wheels, the arches, the complete front of the car, the bumpers, the fenders, mechanical and cosmetic. This is the type of car when you smash it, your heart really aches. It's such a beauty, and it's one of those cars that has created history when it came to the performance and everything the car has to offer. Glossworx brought this car back to life. Guys, stay tuned for me to show you entirely what we actually did on this car, the kit we fitted on this car, and the final result of this car. Hi guys, Mohammed Khan here from Glossworx, and welcome back to the channel. Today I have something awesome to present to you guys, something we're really proud of at Glossworx because we've really accomplished what we think was almost impossible. From replacing airbags to airbag curtains, to fixing up bolsters, to bringing back color back to this car, and to repairing all the damages after the crash. This car really now stands out because we didn't just repair this car, we also fitted a wide body Japanese kit on this car. And I think that really made this car look really nice. And if you look at these cars and the Jap culture when it comes to these Skyline GTRs, it's awesome. And we also have a big culture in South Africa, and a lot of guys want to actually put body kits on these cars, and when they buy these kits and they actually bring them in, a lot of these kits don't actually fit. They don't actually fit nice on the car, and there's so much work and details that needs to go in this in order to get that kit to fit good. We did that. It's taken us a lot of time to get everything right, especially when you bring in something and it doesn't fit and you have to make it fit. But we went through all of that trouble, and we're going to take you through that step-by-step process on this car, from the accident to the paint work and everything we've done to making her look as nice as this. So first of all, let's talk about the accident damage. So the day the car pulled into Glossworx and we looked at the damage, it almost looked kind of impossible to bring the car back. Because first of all, parts on these cars are very scarce to have or to get. And there are suppliers of the parts, but you don't just get body panels where you have to cut a whole back out and put a back on. So we had to use our methods at Glossworx to actually fabricate and bring this panel back, because this panel was really bad. And also not to use body filler. And you can see there is no body filler. There's probably slight amounts of just liquid putty just to seal up scratches and finer detail work. But the car basically has all the key lines and everything restored back to life the way it's supposed to look. So I'm actually very proud of this car, the way it came out, and I think we really did an amazing job to bring in back this panel to look OEM once again. And then it was not just the back part, it was also all the suspension parts, the wheel damage on the wheels, and also the bend where we had to kind of straighten that out to making that look good again. And then it was the front of the car. The front of the car was another story because you have to replace a lot of mechanical stuff, and mechanical stuff in this car is either very expensive or you can't get it. So we had to replace things like radiators, boost pipes, we had to do the entire suspension, your upper control arms, lower control arms, and we had to look for a lot of things like your tie rod ends, and it was kind of a nightmare when this car came in because to get those parts, like I say, it's difficult. Like fender liners were kind of easy, you get from the dealership, but there's a lot of things on this car that's not readily available. So that was, I think, one of our biggest challenges. But then obviously the client himself came and said, listen, don't go and try and source out a bonnet, don't try and sort out a fender. I've got a full kit coming in from Japan. Maybe we can put that kit on the car. It's a full widened body kit, and it will actually look amazing because then it will even be a change on the car itself. And we were very happy to hear that because of the parts and the availability. So the day the kit came in, and this was, I think, about a month and a half later, and the kit finally came in and we started doing that final fitment. So obviously the car had to go onto a bench. We had to pull the chassis legs and everything straight on the car itself. We had to go through all the mechanicals and make sure that was all good before we start with the cosmetic work. And finally, when we jumped into that cosmetic work, we started fitting the kit on the car, the bonnet on the car, the lights, aligning the bumpers and that. And then we realized in those moments that we have a bigger challenge than even repairing the accident damage. So I've said this before, and before we've done that, the GT3, I think you guys seen the video on the GT3. That was a very challenging thing because on that video on the GT3, we had the fenders as well that wasn't exactly fitting on the car, so it opens up all the body lines. And also, the way certain kits are transported into South Africa and the way they bend the bumpers and the way they bend these fenders, so they completely run out of shape because of the plastic molds. And some of it, well, this is carbon fiber and plastic, but it was really a challenge to get that to actually sit. Like if you're looking at the fender lines on this car, to get those fender lines to actually look the way they're looking, to get the bonnet line to look, we had to cut, we had to modify, we had to do a lot of things to get that to fit. Now, I've been through this when it comes to kits, and especially when it comes to spray painting carbon fiber. It's not the easiest material to work with, number one. And also when you're trying to get paint onto carbon fiber and just expose a little of carbon fiber, as you can see on the front kidney grills, on the front side of the fenders, you'll see there's a lot of challenges to get that detail, to fine line tape, and to get all of that just to look the way it's looking right now. So we had a lot of challenges with this car, but as you know, Glossworx now, we're always willing to take on challenges, and those challenges just make us wiser as we go through. But I think we did a pretty good job when it comes to fitting this kit, and I think we're also getting really good when it comes to lining these kits up, taking a little out, putting or adding a little more in, and also just presenting things in terms of how they actually should look on the car. Now the bumper, for me, was the massive challenge here because we got the kit to fit, we got the bonnet to fit, we got the fenders to fit, and now finally the bonnet comes in, the bumper comes in, and now to get the final alignment of all of that, we find that everything is just not stable. There's no proper mounting for all of this here, and even though it's a standard brand new cradle on the car, which we replaced, we still can't get the mounting points because I don't think they thought about how you're supposed to do this, and they just supply the kit and they expect you to figure out what structures to actually put in order to mount that. So for me, this is a performance car. And obviously you reach high speeds with cars like this, and you cannot take those chances by not stabilizing certain parts to actually fit on the car. So we built an entire structure in the front in order to accommodate that bumper. And I think now, guys, from that camera lens, that was just not an accomplishment for Glossworx. I actually think that was a game changer for us because now we learned structurally how to actually make things look cosmetically nice. So with all that said, one of the most unique parts of this car is the paintwork. So besides the entire accident that took place on this car, and we had to replace completely the entire front, the entire side of the car, the one most important thing was, after fitting the kit on this car, was the paintwork. Now, to get all of this and to enhance this entire car to looking good, a good paint job will never let you go wrong. And that's exactly what we did. We took the original color code of this car, we enhanced that color code, we played a little with the flips, and this is what we got. This is amazing, and guess what? It's even stored on the system so that anytime this car gets any scratch or anything, we still have this original color code that we actually mixed by Glossworx. And I think this looks amazing. It looks good because you have that flip and there's a bit of a red in the metallic, which just makes this car look and pop so good. Against the carbon fiber, it's a winner. So what exactly did we do to this front? We put the entire kit on this car, and if you can look at the side fenders on this car, you'll see the opening still is carbon fiber. So we glossed that out, and then we glossed the entire fender out, which is first painted, then glossed. That for me just brings out this type of a kit. It makes it look so much worth it, because if you just take the entire carbon fiber package and you put it on this car, it definitely doesn't look good. It looks very racy, but it doesn't suit the characteristics of this car on its own. So I think that looks pretty nice, and I think the spray job, along with all the black trim on this car, we have the gloss black trim that's going out throughout the car. We've got the carbon fiber that's going on the front, the side, and a bit of the back in the spoiler into the back bumper. But I think it looks good because even the wheels, if you look at these Vorsons, they look amazing in the gloss black with that red caliper sticking out. I'd like to hear what you guys have to say, but we haven't done many Japanese cars. I mean, we've done 33, 34, 32. We've done a few back in the past, and we've done a 35, mind you. We've done a black 35 that was also accident damaged before. But I think this one here actually looks good because we're taking it from something that was really bad, something that was actually involved in an accident. And when we're bringing it back here, it's actually looking better than before the accident. So for me, it actually looks nice. It stands out. The kit looks very muscle. It looks very Japanese. And I think that's what the Skyline GTR is all about. And leave that alone. For me, the highlight was not in just the repairs. It was that week of driving this car. That for me it just made it all worth it. That's when I became a big Skyline fan. And I think, guys, this car is an awesome collectible item if you can afford it or you can get it. It's a toy that will keep you smiling forever. So guys, lastly was the airbags that all deployed in the car. Now we got that all actually to look cosmetically beautiful after reupholstering and fitting new airbags into the car itself. So all of that was replaced. Everything now looks back to factory. It's all reupholstered, and then also integrating some new technology into this car. So we've added this massive screen in the car, and that kind of works with all the factory controls, and there's no cutting of wires, nothing. The harness actually is a plug and play, and I think that added so much character to this car, because if this is around the 2010 models that came out, And if you know what type of a screen radio it actually had, it was at that point, this car was like way beyond its technology, the technology that this car actually came with. But if you look at this modernized screen in this car itself, it's actually fun to drive because you have your Apple CarPlay, you have everything on screen, and it just looks amazing with all the boost gauges and everything that's sitting on screen. So it gives you that real new look, but it also has this wide tablet look as well that just makes it modern like you cannot believe. Damn, what could sound better than a Skyline GTR? I just love the way this car sounds. And when you drive it, it makes you feel like you're so in power and control of not just the car, but the world. So guys, thank you so much for watching once again. And if you like this video, once again, please guys, we're almost on 10,000 subscribers since we started the channel. We've become consistent. And we'd appreciate for all you guys who haven't subscribed to the channel to please click on that button. And until then, we see you guys again.